to this beat.
Welcome to another episode. Welcome to another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I am your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue to bring the gospel Gamecocks every single day. Thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you on this Friday the 13th. Thank you for spending a few minutes with your man, Captain Will, talking some South Carolina women's basketball in the middle of the summer. I can't even say it's the middle of the summer because it's still spring, because summer don't really start till like June 21st, June 22nd. But it feels that way because it's hot as hell outside. If you are new to Captain Will, I have to say, you're not rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. We got to go in today, y'all. I said we got to go in today, y'all. We are talking about this dynasty that Dawn Staley has. We're talking about this recruiting class is on fire. And Carolina's already a national powerhouse. Has been a national powerhouse for quite some time. But this recruiting class, this 2025 recruiting class, and then we fast forward to the potential gets in that 2026 recruiting class, I feel that's going to be spectacular for the future 3, 4, 5, 6 years for the South Carolina women's basketball team. But the combination of elite athleticism, special talent that we have from our 2 5-star recruits has the ability to rank in the top echelon of recruiting classes of greatness in the past. And we're going to talk about some of the previous recruiting class, some that lived up to expectation and some who did not live up to expectation. But there's a huge buzz that is going on right now when we talk about the South Carolina women's basketball team, the three-time national champions, and the 2 5-star recruits in Agot and Ayla McDowell. But first, we got to go backwards a little bit. We always take a little step back to talk about, where we came from. And we have to talk about the last 10 years for this basketball team, in particular, the last 10 years of coaching by the Dawn Staley. We go back last 10 years. You're talking about South Carolina's won 90% of its basketball games. Carolina's won 320 games and lost 36. This is why I always say that we are the premier basketball team in the country. In 10 years, we won 3 national championships, went to 6 Final Fours, had won 8 SEC championships, won 7 SEC regular season championships. That is greatness on a whole nother level, and it's only going to get better as we add 2 more 5-star McDonald's All-Americans to this basketball team. Let's take a look with our own eyes at the one and only Agot. Let's go.
Well, we do
McKeer wide open. You can't do that with her. Bang! McKeer all the way from Thunder Bay.
Ava Porter's also in.
That's right. Thank you. Oh, I got McKeer. Bang! From 3. I got McKeer. Agot shows the handle. Oh my goodness. And one on the 3-point play. I got McKeer.
Wow.
I mean, just undressed the Capitol Court's defender. There's lingerie on the court still somewhere.
It feels amazing. Like, this is what we worked for all season. We surprised a lot of people, and at times we surprised ourselves, but that's just the motto we held all season is everything plus, and I feel like that's what we did today.
She's feeling it. McKeer, I mean, too easy.
Wow. Got Agot pushing it.
McKeer. You know, it's a long two. You don't like that analytics-wise, but hey, you'll take it.
Closing it on Toby, and then Crestwood's letting CCA shoot, so oh my
stop
goodness.
It. Agot McKeer from just inside the logo.
Caitlin Clark, logo 3.
Stop it. That one, everyone in the gym going, come on.
She made that look too effortless.
So next year, I mean, you lose so many girls to Division I. You're going to be almost the top dog. Are you ready to kind of put this team on your shoulders?
I think so. I have to step into a bigger role next year in every aspect. So I feel like next year, over the off season, I have to take a big leap, and I will. And then we'll get 3 in a row.
That's before they got on TSN, huh?
We were on CBC then.
CBC.
Agot McKeer, corner 3, swish. Agot, floater, gets the roll. Agot McKeer all day because I'm so used to his breath.
He's actually playing for Nigeria right now.
Oh my goodness, Agot McKeer all day. 3 after 3, anywhere in the gym. Give us a dunk, Toby. You know, sometimes you got to please the crowd. And McKeer's doing it right there. Just delicious, nasty, ridiculous. He made it. Agot McKeer.
Agot McKeer is so special. So special. Her length, her shooting ability. And you can envision how she would fit on this South Carolina women's basketball team. You can see how she would roll. We need shooters. She is definitely a shooter. We need swag. She has so much swag. She is so tough. She can play 1 through 3. And you hear so many people talking about they can play 1 through 3. Oh, I can guard. I can be the point guard. I can be the 2. I can be the 3. I can do all those things. Agot McKeer can do all those things and do them very well while also playing tremendous, sensational defense. I love her being on this basketball team. Her size is 6'1", and her long wingspan is going to prove so important for this team in this upcoming season and in the next 3 seasons after that. I shouldn't even say this upcoming season because Agot McKeer has been showing work over her senior year in the various showcases, playing against elite talent. She is her, and she's going to fight so hard to get on the court this upcoming year. And I can't wait for her to do that. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the 5-star recruit, 6'2", 6'2", Ayla McDowell. Ayla McDowell is the definition of a dog. She is the epitome of what Carolina stands for: toughness, grit, ability, defense, driving to the basket, scoring, everything that you can roll up into a South Carolina women's basketball player, that is how I feel about Ayla McDowell, while also going to be competing for Brazil, trying out for Brazil's national team this upcoming summer, and on the roster along with our very own Camila Cardoza. Ayla McDowell is going to be a terrific basketball player. You combine the talents of Ayla McDowell and Agot McCurr on this basketball team going forward. You have two long players who can guard, who can shoot the three, especially Agot McCurr, who can definitely shoot the three very well, and bringing that dimension of shooting, passing ability, toughness already to a basketball team that has an immense talent level is only going to make this team so much better, more versatile over this extremely tough schedule that has been released so far. We got, just found out we're playing Louisville. We're going to be playing, UCLA, Texas, Duke. Going to be playing Southern Cal, LSU. So many great basketball teams that Carolina's going to play. So you add in more depth and that depth isn't like 2-3 star type depth. You're talking about 5-star level talent. McDonald's All-Americans to a terrific basketball team already. This recruiting class is special. Not a lot of players. There's only 2 players on this recruiting class. But you have the opportunity for I believe both these players are going to be drafted in 4 years. It's hard to gauge. You cannot gauge a recruiting class, in my opinion, to 4 or 5 years later. You can't, because you don't know. You don't know if they're going to reach the accolades that they were ranked in the high school level. They don't know what's going to happen when they get to their school and when life start happening. You have no idea what's going to happen. But I do believe when we start talking about recruiting classes, 5-7 years from now, these 2 young ladies in this 2025 recruiting class will be up there when we discuss those things. Let's go back. 2021 recruiting class. Raven Johnson, 2nd rank. Okay. Sanaya Rivers, 3rd rank. Sanaya Fagan, 4th rank. Breezy Hall, 14th rank. By the numbers itself, that class of 2021 recruiting class was the best recruiting class that South Carolina has ever had. But did it pan out to be that way? Sanaya Rivers dipped after their first year. She ended up getting drafted, 1st round pick. Terrific, but is she a Gamecock? She only played 1 year at South Carolina. Raven Johnson, still in college. Will she get drafted this in class of 2026? In that recruiting cycle, I just looked at the big board for the recruiting class for the draft class of 2026. Raven Johnson's not in the top 32 on that big board. She has some work to do after falling off a bit during her junior season. Going into her junior season last year, Raven Johnson was predicted to be a high 2nd round pick. That didn't happen. She has a lot of work to make up in order to be drafted. Now, Sanaya Fagan got drafted in 2nd round. She is still with the Los Angeles Sparks. Breezy Hall got drafted by Indiana Fever. She got cut by Indiana and moved on. Now she's playing this 303 league. This 2021 class, when it first happened, was unbelievable. Now, that class did contribute to 2 championships, so ain't no shade whatsoever. But is that 2021 class the best class that Carolina has ever had? No, it is not. We go to the 2020 class. There's only one player that was recruited, or I should say that committed in that class. That's Anaya Russell. Anaya Russell was 43rd ranked in that class. Okay, she has bounced around multiple teams in college, and we'll see where she goes. If she gets drafted by W, if she goes forward to play overseas or whatnot. That 2020 class was small in quantity and in quality. Let's go to that 2019 class, that freshies class. Okay, you have Aaliyah Boston, one of the greatest players that ever put on sneakers at University of South Carolina. She was 3rd ranked in that class. Number 1 overall pick, multiple accolades on the college level. Zaya Cook was the 4th ranked player. Okay, drafted by the Los Angeles Sparks. Accolades on top of accolades in college. Letitia Me here, 10th ranked in the class. drafted by the Atlanta Dream, now playing with Golden State. Then you got Bree Bill, who was 11th ranked in that class, also got drafted, then she got drafted by Minnesota, ended up getting cut. That 2019 class was special on so many levels. You can start with those 4 players all being drafted. You could begin with that. You can say that class was the cornerstone of what Dawn Staley players should, would, could look like. That 2019 class, special. That is the class that stands out over the last 10, 12 years of great recruiting class that Carolina has. Aaliyah Boston was the number one overall recruit. Zia Cook wasn't number 1 overall recruit. Aaliyah was 3rd, and Zia Cook was 4th. And both of them played tremendously at the University of South Carolina. Tisha Meeher was 10th, and Bree Bill was 11th. That class was crazy. We need a class like that in the class of 2026, to kind of reset the matrix as Carolina moves forward. That 2018 class, Destiny Henderson. I love me some Henny. I still love me some Henny. There's nowhere in the world you can tell me that all these WNBA teams that Henny can't contribute. While all the injuries going on in WNBA, that she can't contribute. She was 6th ranked in the 2018 recruiting class. Got drafted by Atlanta, got cut, but Henny is a terrific basketball player. Victoria Saxton, 47th ranked in the recruiting class, ended up getting drafted into the W, played a couple of years at Indiana. In numbers wise, because the 2018 class is kind of comparable. I can compare that a little bit to our class that we have right now in the 2025 class. Only 2 players. Now, that 2018 class with Henny was a 5-star recruit. Victoria Saxton was a 4-star recruit. This class we got where you got Agot McCurry 6th ranked and Ayla McDowell 15th ranked. Both of them McDonald's All-Americans, 5-star recruits. So quality wise, this class of 2025 is supposed to be better than this class of 2018. We will see if that actually happens. But I will say about this 2018 class, Victoria Saxton outkicked the coverage in terms of her ranking and getting drafted into the W and sticking with Indiana for 2 years. Salute to her and to Henny. We'll go to that 2017 class. 2017 class, you got Lily Grisette, 23rd ranked in the class. You got Bianca Jackson, who was 43rd ranked in that class as well. You got LaDasia Williams, who was 48th ranked in that class. You don't have that overarching talent burst of 5-star recruits that make you jump up and down from that 2017 class. 2017 class is all right. It was cool. Grisette ended up playing 5 years and was a cornerstone for that toughness for South Carolina women's basketball team. Bianca Jackson, LaDasia Williams, solid players for Carolina, but that 2017 class was nothing that you sit back and think like, oh man, that class was dope. 2016 class, Ty Harris. You look at Ty Harris in a long WNBA career and what she ended up doing for the South Carolina women's basketball team, and was one of the best point guards, if not the best point guard that ever played at the University of South Carolina, was 28th ranked in her recruiting class. 28th ranked. Ty Harris, according to the recruiting rankings in high school, is not supposed to be what she is right now and what she has been in the WNBA. She is not. Arian Bradshaw. Ryan Bradshaw was 33rd ranked. How about Kiki Harrican? Man, Kiki was a 3-star recruit. Nah, she was a 4-star recruit. It was some folks that said she was 3-star. I said she was 4-star. She was 72nd ranked in her recruiting class. I think she was the 10th ranked power forward during that recruiting class as well in 2016. Did great things for South Carolina. Far outseeded her recruiting ranking. Ended up getting drafted 6th in that WNBA draft. Played all over overseas. She's played in the W. She's played everywhere. Kiki has had a terrific basketball career, and it started out being the 72nd ranked player in the country. Not 17th, not 12th, not 15th, 72nd ranked player. 72nd. A lot of times it don't matter where you are ranked. It don't matter. If you are talented. Kiki was talented, and she continued to work hard, and continued to work hard, and still continues to work hard. You have this underranked class, undervalued class. When it came out in 2016, was okay, Ty Harris, she's a solid player. Okay. 28th ranked, she's gonna be solid. She's gonna be good for Carolina. She ain't gonna be no all-star. She ain't gonna be no SEC, all SEC. She gonna be things like that, and then what happened? Yeah, Kiki, okay, 72nd rank, because you look at the rankings. I know, at least I do. I look at the rankings, I look at them hard, and you're like, oh, okay, all right, maybe she'll be a bench player. Maybe she gets a few minutes. And then ended up being a tremendous basketball player and grew every single year. This 2016 class by the South Carolina women's basketball team is one of the most undervalued recruiting classes that we've ever had, especially in the Dawn Staley era. We go to the 2015 class, whatever reason we had no recruits. No recruits in that 2015 class. We go back to the 2014 class. This is the class that put the world on notice about South Carolina. A'ja Wilson was the number 1 ranked recruit in the country. She decided to stay at University of South Carolina, decided to stay home in Columbia when she could have went to any other school in the country. She stayed in Columbia and made her legacy, and you see where she is now in the WNBA, being the best basketball player in the world. But it also included Jatari White. She was 7th ranked. Didn't matriculate like that. You also had Duckett, who was 32nd ranked. Bianca Cuevas. I loved me some Bianca Cuevas. She was 35th ranked in the class. Little point guard for New York City, all flash, terrific basketball player. And this class that was overshadowed by A'ja, which for the right reasons, because she was the best player in the country, is not in my top 2 in terms of classes, best recruiting classes that South Carolina has ever had. And I say that despite A'ja being the statue because of the depth of the class. You have A'ja, who was here. I mean, like way up here. But you have the other. Cuevas Moore played good. She played good, and she probably outplayed her 35th ranking in the class. But White and Duckett did not. They didn't. If I'm looking at the best class that Carolina's ever had, we got to go to the freshies. That class is sensational. That class was spicy. That class was talented. That class was amazing. Every nugget from that 2019 recruiting class starred. That's how I feel about this 2026 class next year. It's going to be an amazing class, and it needs to be an amazing class. If we look at this 2025 class with the quality that I believe these players have with McDowell and with McCurr, I think that even though it's only 2 players, I think they can rise up the echelon and be similar to potentially 2014 class or potentially the 2021 class. But it's going to take a class. It is going to take a recruiting class to outshine that 2019 recruiting class in terms of draftees, in terms of accolades, in terms of championships, all those great things. It's going to take a lot. This 2025 class, I love now. I ain't going to front. I love, and I believe both of the players that we got has the potential to be all SEC players. And I think that it's going to take, in terms of timing, I think next year will be more of a focal point on those 2 players to see what they can produce, what they can bring in. I do believe that Ayla McDowell has a good shot of playing 15 to 17 minutes on this basketball team. And I believe that Agot McCurr has the opportunity of a chance to be a stopper on the perimeter. I don't want to hide my joy on this class. I don't want to put my horse before the cart, as they say in the country. I don't want to do none of those things. What I do know, this class that we have, 2025, has the potential to contribute to future championships for the South Carolina women's basketball team over the next 4 years. I believe that. And with that being said, this concludes another episode of Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will. I'm your man, Captain Will. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you subscribe to Gamecocks Talk with Captain Will so I continue bringing that gospel of Gamecocks every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, you're now rocking with the best. And since you're rocking with the best, come rock with your man, Captain Will. Let's go.